This is going to be my biggest review yet, because I'm going to be reviewing 7 different figures from the Transformers The Last Knight line. Speaking of which, The Last Knight was a very disappointing movie, and it had a toy line, actually became the last main toy line one of the movies ever got. The new Bumblebee movie does not have a main toy line, but Bumblebee, Shatter, and Dropkick, and maybe Blitzwing are being released in the Studio Series line, and I already have that Bumblebee. But The Last Knight is also the last movie that has their own main toy line. I am going to find out if these figures explain why, if it was good or bad. Keep in mind, I don't have every figure, so let's begin. Let's start off with the worst figure, Drift. Right off the bat, the painting is abysmal, at least in the robot mode. There's almost no painting at all. The face at least looks decent, but there's almost nothing to go with. It's just bland. The posability goes like this. Ball joint, kind of a ball joint, a hinge there. Elbow, swivel, wrist joint, no torso. Legs can go out that far, back that far, up that far. Knees can go back that far, go a little bit up, and feet do this. His weapons are 2 of these swords, each for him, and he has 2 of these, but I can't find the other one. Let's go to vehicle. The vehicle at least looks nice. It looks pretty spot on except for the rims. The weapons can't really store anywhere, so I'm done with this trash. Here's Berserker. His vehicle mode looks pretty nice other than this gray tab right there, and it looks nice. I love the look of this robot mode. Sure, minimal in paint, but it just does the job very well, especially the face sculpt. So, the accessories he has are these 2 little things that look like the things that Crankcase and the Dreads used in Dark of the Moon. So, possibility time. Head on a ball joint, shift down if you want to, ball joint there, swivel here, elbow there, wrist does that. No waist swivel, ball joint, swivel, knees, and then that. I love the way he poses. He's so much fun. I know people don't like him, but I do. And that's it of this. Alright, here we go. Everyone's least favorite character from The Last Knight, Hot Rod. It doesn't look like how he does in the movie, at least the chest and mostly the arms, but I still really like this figure. I think the head is pretty much perfect, whether you like it or not. I didn't mind him in the movie. I thought it was kind of funny that he actually didn't like the French accent. That's just your opinion. Sadly, he has no accessories, and you were supposed to pay $20 for this. I didn't, I bought it for $8. But let's move on to posability really quick. Head is on a ball joint. Arms can shift up like this. They got a ball joint. Elbows there. Can swivel. Hands do nothing. Once again, no waist swivel. Legs can go out that far. Up all this far. He can't go back at all. And the worst joint ever, this fucking knee. Also his feet do this. Alright, let's go into his beautiful car mode. This Lamborghini man is so bloody gorgeous. I want to marry the damn thing. Oh my god, it is fantastic. This is just a beautiful design. It's so streamlined, so kind of complete. Unlike the original, my only main problem is the paint is fucking abysmal. Just like Drift. But unlike Drift, this is also a pretty decent figure. His weapons is this arm-mounted Gatling gun, whatever you want to call it. This thing's awesome. I love it. He has a pistol and a baton that you can put on his legs to give him more personality than he actually has in the movie. Sadly, this plastic was very brittle, so the arm broke off. Let's move into posability. His head, ball joint, arms can go out that far, bend in, swivel, and wrist swivel too. Once again, no waist swivel. Legs can go out that far, but there's a little hindrance thanks to this part. It can go up this far, back this far, swivel there, bend there, and feet can do that. Also, this thing's annoying. Vehicle mode looks nice, still kind of lacking in paint, but what's needed is there. The time for him to roll off and escape out of the 3rd act. Time for the Big Daddy himself, Hound. This figure is absolutely fantastic. Sure, the paint could be a little better, but I still think it's pretty good. It looks spot on. He has these weapons that can be put in both hands. these two are actually separate pieces, and all 4 pieces can actually be connected onto this to make a pretty overkill weapon that I'll show you in robot mode. So let's go over posability. Head is out that far. Ball joint there can be double jointed. Swivel, and his hands have a swivel too. Waist swivel, finally. Crotch guard can move up so you can make the leg go that far. Back not too far out that much. Bend, but it's a little limited thanks to the kibble. And feet can do this, and even pivot. This is fucking amazing. The vehicle mode is nice looking, my least favorite out of the ones so far. I do like this gun, it looks like a turret. It's overall nice and fine. Let's move on. Here is undeniably the coolest looking design for Megatron since Transformers Prime. This is the best one to use the night aesthetic. It looks perfect. The face, only accessory he has other than his fusion cannon, which does look really cool, is battle axe. He can wield it. Head, ball joint, arm, can go out that far, swivel there, swivel here, almost a double bend, but only with one actual joint, and wrist. No waist swivel, sadly. This can go out and this can go up, so the leg can go out this far, up this far, back that far, knee bends. His ankle can do this. He actually has ankle pivot. That is beautiful. The vehicle mode looks really nice. Too bad we couldn't really see it too much in the film, but it does look very nice, and I do love it. I do have the leader class figure, so I'm just going to briefly go over him really quickly. He's fine, but it's not better than the Voyager. Here is the final figure, Optimus Prime. Paint-wise, kinda bad. Sculpting-wise, fine. The kibble really sets back the figure, especially in posability, and the face looks weird. The accessories are fine, the sword and the shield. It is nice how you can store the sword there, but otherwise it's kind of bland. Posability wise, head, ball joint, arms can go out that far, can go around, can technically move forward thanks to transformation, can swivel, elbow, and the hands do nothing. You do have a waist swivel, legs go out that far, up this far, back that far. Knees are pretty bad, and feet do nothing. The vehicle mode looks good, but it's this mode that really ruins the robot mode, so take it or leave it. Let's do some quick size comparisons. Figma Overwatch Tracer, Nendoroid Overwatch Diva, SH Figuarts Digimon War Greymon, Transformers Masterpiece MP12 Sideswipe, and here's some other movie figures. Now that they're transformed, Tracer and Diva, War Greymon, Sideswipe, and other movie characters. Just like the movie these are from, these toys are very disappointing. They lack a lot of paint and effort, but don't get me wrong, there are some fantastic figures like Megatron and Hound, but then there's also Drift and Optimus Prime. It's a really hit or miss line that I still really want to get Crosshairs and Dragonstorm. So if this was the line that killed main lines for Transformers movies, I can see why. But with that said, I'll see you next week with part 1 to Studio Trigger and why it's the best anime studio out there. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.